Our host will tell you when to dial in and when. It's our way of showing appreciation to you for helping make KBLA Talk 1580 the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of information for listeners just like you. Here's hoping you'll be one of our lucky winners. But you can always head over to the KBLA.store anytime for the best in KBLA Talk 1580 gear for yourself and great gift ideas. Now, celebrating 2 years of being your go-to, we're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
We may never understand if love just happens or it's planned. We must believe our spirits know somehow. Baby, we can't stop the falling we feel now. New emotions overflow. Now this heartbeat wants control. Baby, if the love was meant to be so strong, something close to magic's coming on. Take my hand and lead me into love. Light the way for me. Without your touch, I cannot see. Lead me into love. I'm deep in the miracle of you. And we feel
How to get your partner to understand you. You just don't understand me. You just don't get me. You don't know me. You don't see me. Have you ever said that? We all have. If you don't know who I am, my name is Erica Angelo, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Erica Angelo Intimacy Experience. And we're gonna talk about how to get your partner to understand you, or as I like to say, to get your partner to see you. We all have a core need to be seen, to be understood. And all too often, we go through our relationships feeling the exact opposite. So what can we do so that we feel more understood by our partner, that we feel more seen by our partner? First and foremost, I want to say that you should have compassion for yourself. Now, what does that have to do with your partner? Most of the time we want to be seen by other people, but when I ask my clients, but do you see you? Do you understand what's going on inside of you? 99% of the time they say no. You see, we want people to give to us what we're unwilling to give to ourselves. So the first thing you want to do is start showing yourself compassion by creating some space for yourself and going, hey, like, what's going on inside of me? What do I really see about myself? What do I admire about myself? What do I find very courageous about myself? It's asking those investigative questions to really understand who you are as a person so that you see you. The second thing that I would encourage you with is have compassion for your partner. Now you're like, wait a minute, you just told me to have compassion for myself. Now I have to give it to my partner? Yeah, homie, it's called love. This is what we do. It's this compassion thing. What if if I walked up to you out of the blue and said, you know what? I just love what you're wearing today. What a great outfit. Wouldn't you feel kind of inclined to want to say something nice back to me? Or you might just be polite and say, thank you. But wouldn't it soften your heart towards me? Wouldn't your posture towards me be a little bit more in my favor? Well, that's how your partner feels when you go out of your way to really show them compassion. It could be as simple as saying, you know, I've noticed you've had a really hard week.
Stop it. Even when you mad. Do you understand that? Yes, you get to be mad. You get to be upset. You get to be disappointed. Right? You could be mad at your partner for something they did. You could be still ruminating over something that was done in the past that you have agreed to move forward from, right? You could be mad about that. But if you want the relationship to continue to flourish, you got to continue to pour love in. You have to continue to reciprocate. Many times we justify withholding because we're mad. Now, listen, you can be mad. It's okay. But if you've decided to stay, then you've decided to continue to cultivate. Okay, finish. I'm sorry. Do you have it, Andy? Okay.
It's so difficult. Let me know if there's something that I can do to take the pressure off of you or maybe lighten the load. But I really see everything that you're doing and you seem to have such a great attitude about it. You see, showing compassion to your partner softens their heart so that they want to have compassion for you. And compassion is the ultimate thing that we need in order to see one another and be understood by one another. The third thing, speak to it. What do I mean by that? So many times in our relationships, so many things go unsaid. So if you want your partner to understand you, to really see you, then I want to encourage you to initiate the conversation by telling your partner what you see about them. Tell them all the great things that you admire about them. Tell them the day-to-day things that they do that really resonate with you, that mean so much to you. And if you need help with this, stop and think, what would my world...
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns. So you see, understanding is connected to seeing your partner. You've heard people say intimacy means see into me, right? You've heard that, right? So understanding might be synonymous with intimacy. Understanding as a type of intimacy? You hear her talking points. Self-compassion first, then compassion for your partner, right? Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Right? The humanity preempts us from doing that. What do you mean, the humanity? Your partner is flawed. Your partner is going to upset you, disappoint you, and hurt you. Right? Work in progress. Like the lady said, 99% of people don't even look internally, right? So you're dealing with a ticking time bomb. Boom. Right? Prince. Let's go back to Prince. I'm trying to put it all together. Would you run to somebody if they hurt you, even if that somebody was me? Would you run to me if somebody hurt you, even if that somebody was me? Nobody's doing that. See, you setting up your next relationship because you're holding on to resentment, because how you experience things is through a toxic filter. Your limited toolbox from your childhood is part of the toxic filter. Social media is part of the toxic filter. As Jeff Brown would say, your manless friends, your mammy, and the media, the triangle offense. That's how Jeff, I don't necessarily agree with Jeff, but that was funny. Yeah, that was comedy. I just thought I'd throw it. I'm not a comedian, but I'm just saying. Being understood is being seen. Being seen cultivates empathy. Gosh. All right. We got callers on the line. I want to get them. Who been on the longest? Yogi Fish, New York. Get in here.
Hello, Mr. Zoe Williams. How are you doing?
Man, it's always a pleasure to hear from my elder and my brother out of New York City.
I feel like I should send you some ice because I know you're on fire, man. I just
Let's go.
The world's going on out there,
man. I'm just upset right now, and I got to cook.
Jesus Christ. I hope your relationship's okay, man. I hope this ain't coming from some place like that. But
nah, man. It's just,
serious.
It's what I do, man. It's what I do. I'm passionate about this thing.
Well, by my experiences and what I'm going to say, I'm going to bring you some of my honesty. Because I told you on one of the other shows, I said I can't be honest with you because I respect you too much.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be honest with you out of respect. And I'm going to tell you, everything you're saying is only for relationships. But most people don't care about this information you're giving out right now because they're trying to get to a relationship.
Ooh, come on.
This doesn't apply to most people because they haven't got a relationship to apply it to. You know what I'm saying? So they're at the trying to get drafted into the league. The relationship is the league.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're trying to figure out what I got to do to even get noticed so that I can get a relationship. And then I'll apply a lot of these things you're saying. You know, so a lot of people, not me because I've been through it, so I have a lot of experience, but a lot of people don't have any experience with just interacting with a person to try to even attract a relationship. You know, so they're not going to hear what you're saying relative to what you're applying it to because they're like, well, how do I even get someone to even start one of these relationship things? You know what I mean? So
heavy.
I was reluctant to say this to you because I've said you put so much into the subject, but I think sometimes you skip over it. Yeah, so I'm trying to say it, but you're skipping over a lot of people who are saying, I need to get a relationship first before I can do any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So everything you say is going to fly over most people's heads.
You saying I'm too high, I'm no earthly good right now.
No, I'm saying you're helping those who got something, but most people feel left out of your conversation.
Wow, that's big. No, no, he's not
like,
one of them. No,
they feel depressed because they're like, well, who am I that I ain't got one of these things to work with? I'm on the outside looking in.
But they might be blessed because if they're not ready to deal with it.
Well, they're ready to deal with it. They just can't find somebody.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. And when you're in it with somebody, that's when it starts to show up. That's when the real work starts to show up. The real you, the real work, the real accountability, the real compassion or lack thereof, the real understanding or interpretation. Many of us think understanding is what is the result of our interpretation of what our partner said or how they show up, right? That's not understanding. Understanding is empathizing and seeing them as they are, truly. And that's a hard thing to accomplish.
Right. You know, and a lot of people feel inadequate about being in a relationship because they can't even meet somebody in the first place on that level. You know what I mean? They meet people, and then they say, I want to turn this into a relationship, and they can't make that turn. That's where most people are. They're at the, how do I turn this into what you're talking about? You know what I mean? How do I do the pre-relationship relationship? You know what I mean? Where do you go, and how do you present yourself to even get into that situation so someone can see that you are worthy of relating to?
But Yogi,
you know what I mean?
I would tell people to go to the relationship combine.
So what?
The relationship combine. I'd say, listen here. The pre-relationship workout is a self-workout, self-evaluation.
Right.
Right?
There you go.
Where you get into your cocoon and say, how am I going to show up? Right? What are things I need to work on? Let me go back and take inventory of the last 5 relationships. Do you know most people
Right.
probably don't even remember the last 5 relationships? They might remember how they broke
That's
up.
true.
They might remember, specific arguments, but they probably don't remember the movement of the relationship, the start, the finish, the
Right.
crest, the ebbs and flows. They probably don't remember all of that. So again,
Right.
get into that relationship boot camp, that pro-am league, the summer league, and figure out how to work on
There you
yourself
go.
first. Yeah.
Right. Very much so. I mean, that's why, so much of what you say I can use because I've been in relationships and I can see how I apply that to my next one. But I've been in where you would say that's a relationship. You've been married or you've been long term. But a lot of people have short term interactivity. They don't really have relationships. They call it that, but it's not really a relationship. If it's just, I see you on the weekend or I see you sometimes. They don't live with each other. They don't have any shared bank accounts. They're not that committed. So that's not really, that's acquaintance is
Right.
what I call it. You're acquainted with somebody.
Hey,
But,
man,
relationships are high level thing.
they're high-level things, brother. And I'm a low-level brother trying to bring a high-level conversation to this.
I appreciate you doing that.
Hey, man, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, Yogi Fish. New York is in the building because of
Much
Yogi
respect.
Fish. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to Chicago, then Dallas. We got people who want to talk. They all over the country. Bring your city in right now. 1-800-920-1580.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Delivery's at the door. Can someone please unlock?
It's been an eventful afternoon with a spike in bookings at Claudia's event space.
We'd love to host Mermaid Fest.
She was already planning on having more event planners on hand.
500? That's a lot of tails.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-381-8528 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-381-8528. That's 800-381-8528. What do you have to lose? Call 800-381-8528. Again, 800-381-8528.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
There's a new sun rising. I can see a new horizon that will keep me realizing you're the biggest part of me. Need your love and here beside me. Need you close enough to guide me. I've been hoping you would find me. You're the biggest part of me. Well, make a wish, baby. Well, I know we'll make it come true. Make a list, baby, of the things I'll do for you. Ain't no risk now in letting my love rain down on you. So we could wash away the past so that we may start anew.
Man.
Up on my shoulder.
Welcome back to the Voice of Reason, the most intriguing relationship talk show in the world. Tavis Smiley knew what he was doing when he said, "So get up in here, man." The Voice of Reason is on fire. My playlist is my co-host. And we had a very interesting playlist tonight. We started with Open Your Eyes, Bobby Caldwell. We Belong Together, Mariah Carey. Daybreaks, Nora Jones. Lead Me Into Love, Anita Baker. Biggest Part of Me, Ambrosia just played. My playlist is my co-host. And it's really adding something because, again, what I'm starting to understand, like, when you love, so see, somebody in love made these records. Do you understand? See, when you love, when it's real, when it's authentic, when it's the real deal Holyfield, all of the mess and the filters cower at the presence of real love. This is how couples make it through. It's almost like love is a natural exorcism to all your trauma. Because for some reason, we've been through a lot, we've been through hell, but we made it through together. Happens too, you know. But I'm here to tell you, for most people, love is rare. They don't get that level. And what happens is demons like misunderstanding and projections and fear and anxiety and avoidance and all that stuff prevails. And Zoe wants us to have a better relationship experience. In intimate relationships, our incessant misinterpretation, projections, and warped perception can often lead to our partner or significant other feeling unseen and unsupported. This phenomena arises from the complex interplay of psychological and philosophical factors, which require a comprehensive understanding to address effectively. At the core of this issue lies our tendency to misinterpret and project our own thoughts, feelings, or emotions and insecurities onto our partner. This occurs due to the inherent subjectivity of human perception and the filters through which we view the world. Our past experiences, beliefs, and biases shape the lens through which we interpret our partner's words and actions, often distorting their true intent. Most people don't even go to intent. They just said, you did this and it was wrong and it hurt me. They don't say, how did this happen? Why did this happen? You know why? Because pain takes precedence. Many of us have a toxic relationship with pain. You know why? Because many of us choose to ghost the pain. See, listen to me. This is why we can ghost a person. Do you understand? See, the person is associated with the problem, and the problem is painful, so I can ghost all of it. This is why we do not get to what Rumi said when he said, the wound is the place the light enters. Throughout all of history, light has been associated with the illuminated mind. You graduate from college and high school, you're an alumni. Sounds like Illuminati, right? Illuminated one. The great Buddha. The name itself, the Buddha, the enlightened one. You think getting the light is painless? Do you understand? Oh, I'm confused. I'm hurt. I got to run. I got to go. Furthermore, our projections. I want you guys to listen now. I want you guys to listen. Our past experience, beliefs, and biases shape the lens through which we interpret our partner's words and actions, often distorting their true intent. You can hurt your partner and not intend to do so. So, if you're trying to understand them, does their intent matter? See, understanding, seeing, it's intimacy, it's understanding. It's, hey, oh, okay, I get it. You didn't really mean to hurt me. That was not your intent. Does that matter in relationship? Or does the end result fact that you hurt me trump everything? Can we go deeper? Furthermore, our projections can stem from unresolved psychological issues or unmet needs within ourselves. For example, if we have experienced abandonment in the past, we may project this fear onto our partner, perceiving their actions as signs of impending rejection. This projection can lead to a heightened sensitivity and misinterpretation of their partner, causing them to feel misunderstood and unsupported. In addition to misinterpretation and projection, or perception can be, or our perception can become warped due to cognitive biases and defense mechanisms. These mental processes serve as a protective mechanism, shielding us from emotional pain or discomfort. The wound is where the light enters. The wound is where the light enters. So nobody wants the light to come in, right? Nobody wants, okay, the wound is where the light enters. I'm trying to tell you what Rumi said, but pain hurts, and pain takes precedent over understanding. Did you hear me? Escaping the pain takes precedence over excavating understanding. I want to excavate this. I want to dig down and find the understanding for this. Many people don't want to do it. Many people don't want to do it. When I come forward, I'm going to Chicago, and then I'm going to Dallas, Texas. We on fire tonight. Ha!
Make a wish for baby, wish and it will end down, we'll make it come true. Make a list for baby, make a list of the things I'll do for you. Ain't no risk now, let my love rain down on you.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Reports say the small bag of cocaine found in the White House was discovered in a different area than previously reported. NBC News reports it was found in a cubby near the White House's West Executive entrance, not the formal West Wing. The area is on the same floor as the Situation Room and a dining area, and is a highly trafficked area. The FDA is granting full approval to a potential breakthrough Alzheimer's drug. Leqembi is the first drug proven to slow the memory loss disease. Other approved drugs only target its symptoms. The U.S. jobs market continues to remain hot. New numbers released by ADP Thursday showed the private sector added 497,000 jobs in June. That's more than double what analysts predicted. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your source for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work?
Call the Accident Guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
It's our anniversary.
Every weekday during the month of June, we're giving away gear from the KBLA.store to say thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580 as we celebrate our second anniversary. Each weekday, a different host will be giving away fresh merch to one lucky caller. All you have to do is keep it locked to KBLA Talk 1580 throughout the day, and our host will tell you when to dial in and when. It's our way of showing appreciation to you for helping make KBLA Talk 1580 the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of information for listeners just like you. Here's hoping you'll be one of our lucky winners. But you can always head over to the KBLA.store anytime for the best in KBLA Talk 1580 gear for yourself and great gift ideas. Now, celebrating 2 years of being your go-to, we're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Sprinklers in the Rain and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Drip.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the COCO umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCES scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Race, social justice, sports, politics, art, music, culture. We do it all on the D.L. Hughley Afternoon Show. If you're not tuning in, then you are definitely missing out. It's the D.L. Hughley Afternoon Show, weekdays from 2 to 4 only on unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Like a brand new flavor in your ear.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
There's nothing like the joy you bring. I wonder what would happen if you would trust in me. I'd make you believe, I'd make you see. No need to run from me. I'll make you feel like never before. Here I stand, hand in hand, help me find the door. Anybody can see, baby, you've been hurt before. Let me heal your pain, won't ever hurt no more. Whatever it takes to make you happy, baby. Whatever it takes to make you smile. Whatever it takes to make you feel good, baby. I'll be around.
9 strategies to avoid misunderstandings. When you deal with others, you're going to have misunderstandings. Relationships can be strained by miscommunication and misunderstandings. The best way to deal with misunderstandings is to avoid them in the first place. This is one challenge that's easier to prevent than to solve. Not all misunderstandings can be avoided, but you can greatly reduce their occurrence. Try these options to avoid the relationship issues that can be caused by misunderstandings. Think before delivering your message. Many misunderstandings could be avoided by taking a moment to really think about the situation. What is going on? What are you trying to accomplish? What is the other person thinking and feeling? What is their perspective? Writing can be better than speaking when it comes to details. It's easy for the details of a conversation to be forgotten. Write a note or send an email. This is especially true at work. Leave a paper trail whenever possible. Ask the other person to repeat back what you said. Once you've come to an agreement, have the other person demonstrate that they have the same understanding you do. Have a misunderstanding now when
I think it's impossible to avoid misunderstandings. They're gonna happen. Yeah, they're gonna happen. So, it's impossible. So don't, misunderstandings. This is how you avoid them. No. You can better manage them. In terms of relationship, everything should be seen as management. Managing emotions, managing expectations, managing our anger, managing disappointment. Just everything is management, right? Right? We got to manage mutuality and reciprocity, right? Because, you hear people say, oh, mutual respect, but sometimes respect vacillates. Sometimes your respect tank is empty. Sometimes your empathy tank is empty. So again, it's more about management in relationship, right? We got callers. Let's get them in here. Nikki from Chicago. Nikki, welcome to the Voice of Reason.
How are you? Can you hear me fine?
We can hear you. Talk to us. What do you think about tonight's topic? What are your thoughts?
Man, so
So
it's
crazy.
just ironic.
I'm crazy. I know. It's fine. Go ahead.
No, it's ironic. I had a conversation with a friend of mine earlier. He's been my friend for years, and we really care for each other. It's not a love relationship. It's a love relationship, but it's not, a romantic relationship, And I called him specifically this morning to let him know that our communication's been strained, There's been a little breakdown. And I just wanted to talk to him about it, let him know. He got immediately offended. He got immediately offended with me. He was so upset, so put off, saying that if I thought he didn't understand me as long as we knew each other and I'm his best friend and all of that, then I'm hurting him, is what he said.
Well,
I listened to him.
Wait a minute. How did he say you were hurting him? I'm interested to hear this.
He said he was hurt by the fact that I felt like we were having a breakdown in communication at all. He was hurt, feeling like he's my best friend,
Wait,
and if there's any problem.
How old is he?
Okay, so right. So I was gonna get to that.
Okay,
so
cool. Cause
he's
yeah.
9 years. He's 9 years my senior,
Mm.
and so right. So Yogi Fish made a light bulb go off with me, and I don't know his age or anything. I'm not trying to age him or anything, but I think that perhaps they're more constructively progressive than we are, maybe, because we're thinking that we can actually have dialogue and communication with people we care for in this regard, and then we're going to care for them, they're going to care for us, it's going to be all duplicit, it's going to be good, it's going to be progressive. And what his whole attitude was like, because after a while he heard me, after a while he was able to hear me. It took some push and pull, but he was able to hear me. And what he surmised was like, I really care for you and I really hear you, and I hate that you're feeling like that. But that's time consuming, is how he kind of felt. That's a lot. That's work, and you're asking me to dig and deal with stuff.
I was about to say, now I got to stop you, because you done gave me way more than I need.
I'm sorry.
No. This is good.
Oh, that was a fake apology.
No,
right?
and this is about him, right?
Yeah.
It don't matter what his chronological age is. You could tell that's a spiritually immature person. No disrespect to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But just listening to the terminology that you gave.
Yeah.
Right? And when explaining him and how he sees things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, sir, that's not how this works. Right? We make space for each other. Right? I'm offended that you thought something was wrong, while at the same time I don't really want to address and dig into that's a contradiction. And then you got to keep digging and find ways that, now I hear you. So if we're friends, the real conversation is, why is it when we have these type of conversations, your physical ears are connected to deaf spiritual ears?
Right. Because it's too taxing. Because it involves effort.
But it's not taxing. It's not just it's not just taxing. It's not just tedious. It's uncomfortable.
Right.
I'm a man who has moments of being very uncomfortable.
Right.
If somebody, or like somebody close to me, a girlfriend or something like that, trying to press me on stuff, right? And it may take her some effort, but eventually I will open up and I will share bits and pieces, and then I will continue to flow and talk and talk and talk.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a hard process. So I understand where he's coming from, but it is a level of spiritual immaturity, from the same thing I suffer from sometimes. So I understand where you are.
Yeah. And I think that what we come to for the most part is that it's always kind of one-sided for the most part,
Yeah.
And and it's just because to find, your tribe, everybody in your tribe is you. You know what I mean? Everybody in your tribe is you. And so they're always you for their people, right? And then y'all convene and y'all just relax with each other. Y'all just relax with each other. But your tribe is everybody, they're clones of you, basically, for their people, and you all don't get together. Y'all are y'all. You know what I mean? So
Well, you know what, Nikki? I
Yeah.
appreciate you. You done brought Chicago in the building in the best way possible. We love your style. You are welcome to call here anytime.
Man, love your show. Love what you're doing. So
Thank you,
keep it up,
sister.
man.
She brought, the Windy City in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, Dallas, Texas, and one of my favorites, Truemonger.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Have you heard about Lendistry? Lendistry is a national black-led small business lender that is headquartered right here in LA. Once you've started your business, Lendistry provides flexible financing options starting at $50,000 to help you access the affordable capital needed to grow. Whether financing is needed to increase working capital, acquire a business, purchase inventory and equipment, or refinance debt, Lendistry has a solution for you. Lending products range from traditional business term loans and non-revolving lines of credit to SBA 7A loans and commercial real estate financing. Lendistry's pre-application process is simple and does not impact your credit score. Visit lendistry.com/KBLA to learn more and to get started with an application right from the website.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is?
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Imaginary playmates. Imaginary playmates. Imaginary playmates.
Imaginary playmates are extensions of your mind. All you ever need or thought you want. In your dreams you'll find.
Imaginary playmates. The truest kind of friend.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They'll fulfill your
you're listening to the
wildest
sounds of legendary Renee and Angela, Imaginary Playmates. You already know what it is. My playlist is my co-host. You like that Quiet Storm vibe, straight from the heart of Leimert Park. Ladies and gentlemen, it's KBLA Talk 1580, the voice of reason has turned it down a few notches just to get you to soften up a little bit, to let this information penetrate your spirit. Okay, that's enough of that. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Truemonger, he's been on the line for a minute. Let's get Truemonger back in here from Dallas, Texas. Talk to us about tonight's topic, brother.
Man, it's pretty heavy when you really process it. I've been through that stage trying to understand people and people trying to understand me, and we clash because we're not hearing each other. We're not taking time to listen to each other and learn from one another. Or at least, I'll speak from my experience. They're not hearing what they want to hear the way they want to hear it, so they tend to just dismiss whatever I tell them. So once I noticed that.
And how does that make you feel when somebody dismisses you after you maybe said something heartfelt or meaningful to you?
It kind of makes me cold in a way, and it makes me. I get to the point where like there's no point in telling you nothing. If that's how you act when I tell you things, especially that are like a real personal things that are hard for me to talk about, and you just act like I didn't tell you anything, like it didn't matter. I just kind of stop talking after that. I only talk when it's necessary.
Wow. So you start to shut
be.
down a little bit then.
Yeah, I will sit down and internalize a lot, and just go on about my day. If something's going on that I need to speak on, I will speak on it. But after that, I'll be real subjective about what I speak about. Because I will feel like there's no point. You're not really in this trying to learn from me, and vice versa. You don't really want me to learn from you, or you just want it to be all about you. And like, if we're supposed to be partners in this, we're supposed to bounce off each other, learn from one another, because we both flawed. But some people act like their flaws don't exist, or they try to hide them from you. I'm for the most part, I'm around you quite a bit, so I notice some things, but I'm also the type that I'll never force nobody to talk about nothing. Like, if you're comfortable speaking on it, speak, and I'm willing to listen.
Right.
It's not always the case when it's the other way around.
Right.
They act like they want you to talk and to say stuff, but at the end of the day, they just want you to go through the motions.
Man,
they don't really care about what you're saying.
That's heavy. Well, brother, I appreciate you, man. Once again, you called in with some very keen insights. You already know what it is, non-judgmental space. You can always call in and share your thoughts.
Sir.
You brought Dallas, Texas in the building. We appreciate it, man. Listen, the voice of reason, man. We start conversations over here. Krishnamurti, talking about listening and interpreting. It is worth expanding upon Krishnamurti's assertion that communication allows us to see. Listen, he's talking about active listening, right? When he says his assertion that communication allows us to see facts instantly. He's talking about being able to communicate without the filter of how we were raised, where we came from. So he's saying, it is possible to commune, not be in communication, but to commune, to unite with your partner, but you can't do it with the filter of all of the stuff you've been through. And this is why I love Krishnamurti. He inspires a lot of other authors, like, say, Chris Niebauer, who wrote the book No Self, No Problem, How Neuropsychology is Catching Up to Buddhism, right? And again, he states in that book, you got to get the filter of you out of here, right? Get the you-ness out of it so you can see. And when you see them, you understand them. And when you understand them, you are actively empathizing with them. And when you are empathizing with them, you are intimate with them, right? Chris Niebauer, the left brain also becomes so dependent on language that it mistakes the map language creates for reality itself. Somatic. Words and the body. My definition for cheating, or my definition for disrespect, or my definition for, do you see what I'm saying? Lives in your body. So when you hear the word, if there is a negative, do you see it? Connotation associated to an action in the relationship, your body tensions up. Like it tenses. Oh, wow. You did what? Have you ever heard something and your body automatically got hot? Do you understand? I heard Ronnie got hit by a car. And you're like, my Ronnie, you tense up, you get, because of the connotation. That's, Ronnie was in a fight with who? He got beat up. Yeah. Do you understand? The words connect to the body. So if the words aren't pure, they're going to contaminate how we feel. And if how we feel is contaminated, how we see will be contaminated. This is a tough conversation, right? Understanding your significant other is indeed a crucial aspect of any intimate relationship. It goes beyond mere acceptance and delves into the realm of truly perceiving and embracing them as they are. However, the act of understanding someone completely, seeing them for who they really are, is a complex and multifaceted endeavor that may never fully be achieved. To begin, it's important to acknowledge that human beings are intricate beings with layers of emotions, thoughts, and experiences. Each individual possesses a unique set of values, beliefs, and perspectives that shape their identity. Therefore, understanding your significant other requires a deep exploration of their inner world, their past, and their present circumstances. Tough work to do. And you can't participate in that odyssey until you've come out of your own odyssey. This is why getting rid of people, breaking up with people, leaving people that could be considered good for you, that could be considered something special to you, is easier to do than the actual work. That's just what it is. Listen, I've started the conversation, and I don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. I have no idea of what I'm talking about. Don't take anything I said here this evening as the truth. I'm on the journey with you. I'm as confused as you are. But listen, the fire here at KBLA is going to keep going because you already know RSVP with Jill. Jill the real, Jill the thrill is in the building, ready to keep killing. When we come forward, get ready. Holla.
Distance makes the heart grow, even when I'm lonely, happy knowing that your love is never far. When we are apart, distance makes it makes the leaves on the trees fall.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Reports say the small bag of cocaine found in the White House was discovered in a different area than previously reported.